guys, another day, another makeup tutorial that nobody asked for. So first thing I'm doing on clean skin is going in with collagen serum, and honestly you don't need collagen serum, you can go in with hyaluronic acid. If you have already done your skin prep earlier in the day, that's totally fine too. If you want to prime, you can prime, but you don't have to prime as long as you prep your skin with something, some sort of hydrating something. Some people do vitamin C, some people do hyaluronic acid, some people do collagen, you know, whatever. Totally up to you and what you prefer. This is just what I do. And I'm making these videos just to show people that it is possible to put on makeup and it look good even while having acne. It's I know I'm almost out, but it is possible to have hormonal acne, and the more videos that I post, you'll see some weeks my skin will be fine, other weeks my skin doesn't look so great. And part of the problem that I have is I make it worse by picking. I know I shouldn't. Sometimes I'm doing it, and before I even realize I'm doing it, I have made my skin bleed or made it red or whatever. Unfortunately, it's just a part of it for me. Alright, so after we do that, I'm going to prime just a little bit. I'm also going to go ahead and get out the products that I'm probably going to be using. So I go back and forth from the e.l.f. Putty Primer to this one. Every once in a while I'll use this one on like lighter makeup days, but I've found that if I wear heavier makeup over that, I don't know, it doesn't necessarily separate. It just, with certain things it's kind of patchy, and that's probably just the different products, but that's just my personal preference. So today I'm going to go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This one's really good if you have if you have like bigger pores or fine lines or anything like that, or texture from acne scars or what have you. This is a pretty good blur-in primer. And don't overdo it with this primer though, because a little bit goes a long way. You do not need a ton. The tiniest little bit will do, and it's got like a cooling sensation to it. Once you put it on, it'll have that kind of like menthol effect where it cools on your skin a bit. But I just figured most of the people that are making these videos, a lot of them have perfect skin. They're not, and that's fine, you know, nothing against people that do have good skin or that have endorsements with skincare and they have had acne and they've cleared their acne. Nothing wrong with that at all. Like, good for them, honestly. But the reason I'm making makeup videos is because people, I'll put on a full face of makeup and then go out in public or go to work or whatever, and people always compliment me on my makeup, and they're always like, oh, you know, your skin is, and I'm like, no, my skin's really not. I just put on makeup well enough to cover what I would like covered, you know? I never want people to think that I have perfect skin, because clearly I don't. Like, it's not something I want people to be like, oh, you know, I wish I was like her in my skin. No, that is not the case at all. My skin is fucked up 6 ways to Tuesday. But that doesn't mean that you can't have nice makeup. Really doesn't. I am trying to clear my skin and to not pick. I really am. Looks better today than it has looked. I'm trying to exercise some self-control and not pick and miss and all that stuff, but a lot of it's stress and hormones. I've recently moved. My husband started a new job. We've moved to another state, and we typically don't stay anywhere longer than a couple years. The longest we've ever stayed anywhere has been 2.5 years, and we've been together for 15 years nearly. So we do quite a bit of moving, and a lot of the packing and unpacking and organizing falls to me. And we do have a son and a dog, and our son is in school and all these things, you know, normal life. But sometimes you get stressed out, clearly. So that's what is going on with me. I think I am gonna try this concealer today, just to see. I know a lot of people talk about how much they like this concealer. I've had it for a little while, used it a time or two. Wasn't really anything special to me, but we'll give it a try and see. I know a lot of people like it, so let's just give it a whirl. See what happens. Really red on my nose today for some reason. We're gonna let this concealer sit for just a minute while we mix our foundation. I found the cutest little mixing tray at the Halloween store. How cute is that? I love that. It is very flimsy, but it's cute. I like it. I'm trying to decide. Maybe we'll just do this one today. Will somebody please tell me how they got this foundation to work? I want this foundation to work on me so bad, but I've tried it 3 or 4 times. I know you shake it. I know you work in sections. but it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look good on me. I don't know why. So that's the issue I'm running into with that. So both of these are mixed blur. I'm just mixing a couple of colors because it is no longer summer, so we are not in our dark shade anymore. Taking a little bit of mixing pigment and I don't have a spatula. Okay, that's okay. Anyway, that's what we're doing with that. We'll mix that in just a sec. Let's blend out this concealer a little bit. Now, typically with acne, when you're concealing it, it's good if you've got any kind of like raised texture or like cystic acne or anything that's making any like texture on your face. Like I've got these red spots, but I don't really have a whole lot of like texture going on. I know a lot of times when you do have that kind of acne or you've got a couple of things going on that's making it, you know, raised up off the skin, it's probably best to use a stick concealer or a pot concealer like this one, the Pro Fix stick. This one works pretty good. It's obviously a thicker formula. Little goes a long way. I'm just gonna show you on these two spots that are a little darker than the rest. I'll let that sit for just a sec while I go in. This is just under eye dark spot corrector. And I mean, it doesn't matter how much I sleep. My eyes are gonna look like this. It's just, for whatever reason, it's like a family trait. It is hereditary, genetic, whatever. It's a pain in the ass, but it just is what it is. I can't do anything about it other than probably some kind of procedure, but I don't have that kind of money. So if I did, I would have Botox and my face would not look the way that it looks because I would go see a dermatologist. But I do not have that kind of money, so I'm stuck with CeraVe products and whatever TikTok dermatologist tells me to do, you know. Okay, so we've helped the eye bags a little bit. Where's my sponge? So this spot we're just gonna kind of blend out, and this spot we're just gonna kind of, you don't want to move the product. You're not swiping, you're just tapping. That's all you want to do is just tap. Don't get too crazy and do too much, because if you move it around too much, that completely cancels out the entire reason that you're trying to do it. Alright, so I'm just going to take my finger and mix this foundation the best that I can. And hopefully we get a pretty close match. I do kind of have a hard time with my foundations. I have such a hard time matching what color I need to have on my face. But honestly, this is blending in pretty well. So I have quite a bit of redness, and I know if it blends into up here and down here good, that it's gonna be the right color. And it's looking like it's blending pretty well, so. My son went back to school for the first time today in a week, and I got nothing done because I just sat all day. Like, you forget how tiring it is when your kids are with you all day, every day. Mom, I want, Mom, I need. And then when they're home, you're like, Jesus Christ, now I remember why I could never get anything done when they were small. Because it is constant. But, you know, I mean, we wouldn't trade it for anything, I guess. I don't understand people who say having kids is selfish, or having kids is, I feel like having kids is one of the least selfish things you can do, because when you have kids, your ass comes dead fucking last. At that point, it doesn't matter what you think, it doesn't matter what you want. I mean, to an extent, don't get me wrong, it does, but their feelings come first in everything. And that's okay, because, you know, they're children. That's the way you're supposed to put yourself on the back burner and care for them. Now, you don't totally give yourself away, but your kids need you. Sometimes you don't want them to need you as much as they do, but they do. Now, if you start to lose sense of self, then you've created a problem. But don't resent your child because of it, because that was your doing, not the child's. They only can do what you let them do, and if you let them drive you crazy, you're the one that let them do that. I'm just speaking in generalities. Okay. I'm gonna add just a touch of white to do the under eyes, just lighten it up a little, just the tiniest pump. And when I say tiny, I mean like less than pea-sized, because this, please, dear God, stop putting these on your face while I'm thinking about it. It says on the bottle, mixing pigment, mixing pigment, foundation mixing, not put your foundation on, see that it's yellow, take the blue and put it all over your face. No, it's not what these are meant for. These are meant to alter the undertones to make a close enough match, not to put over top of your foundation. That's not what they're meant for. So please, please, please stop doing that, because number one, it doesn't look right. Number two, I don't know what you're doing, to be honest. I don't know why I've seen several people do that on YouTube and TikTok and whatever, and no shade or anything, but you look crazy when you do stuff like that. I'm sorry, you look crazy, and I'm only telling you for your good. And now, by all means, if that's what you want to do you, boo. But, I'm just telling you what everybody else thinks that knows better, and they think you look crazy. So, it's only for mixing, and you don't have to have a fucking mixing thing. You can use a paper plate. You can use the back of your hand. Use whatever you have. As long as it is clean and it's not something that you've had food on or whatever, you're good to go. But I just like to add, my foundation just matches so much better since I added a touch of blue. And then the under eye, same undertones, everything, just a little bit lighter under the eye. I added a touch of the white, and it just kind of mixes everything together. Everything's balanced. All the colors are right. And it just gives your eyes kind of a nice brightening effect. But it's not too much or too crazy, because I find a lot of concealers, when I put them under my under eye, they pull very, very yellow on me for some reason. So I try and steer clear of concealers. I mean, I'll put them on like spots on my face, but I try not to put them under my eye. I have better results with the foundation. I know not everybody likes doing their makeup this way, but this way works best for me. So, I'm gonna put on a little bit of blush. These little Morphe sponges, they come like 3 to a pack. I like them for cream and liquid blush application, or like bronzer. I don't use a lot of brushes, and I know people, brush lovers, hate that. But I don't know, they've never really been great for me personally. I don't know, I just don't like I don't like how it makes it, I know the sponge soaks up a little bit of the product, but I don't like how much product the brush leaves on my skin. I don't want a super heavy kind of, and I mean, I need fuller coverage because of the acne, but I just don't look, oh my God, my incense is coming right in front of here. I just don't love the way that brushes, foundation brushes, concealer brushes, I just don't like the way they look on me when I use them. And I've tried them with several different products. I have pretty decent ones, honestly. Like, I have this Morphe set. I don't know, it they feel great. It just doesn't look good on me. And it could be user error completely. It really could. I honestly don't know. I don't know, my mom never really used brushes either. Not like that. She probably does a little bit more now, but I don't know. Just not really my thing. Oh no, got an itch. Okay, I just want to blend out a little bit of this blush right here. I've got something in the corner of my nose right there. Like a little piece of fuzz or hair or something. Just driving me bananas. And for setting the under eyes, I use the Tarte Creaseless. I love this one for under eyes. It's such a fine, like super finely milled powder. It's very, very pretty. It sets very well. It doesn't like settle in the lines and sit weird. I don't know. It's a really pretty powder. I really, really like this one. And that's kind of what my makeup journey is about. Not breaking the bank. Also finding stuff that works for my skin. I mean, I feel like that's kind of everybody's makeup approach these days. So if I can help one or two people out there, awesome. It's not necessarily the cheapest of makeups, but what I will tell you is for every expensive, I wouldn't even call a $30 powder expensive, but for every higher priced item I have something that's half the price that I recommend that's just as good. Like this ColourPop translucent powder. That's pretty good. Yesterday I used the Revolution powder. I think and the Revolution powder is 2-in-1. It's a translucent loose setting powder and a finishing powder, and I want to say that was like $14-15 in Target. The ColourPop is $14-15, and you get just as much in the packages as you get with the Tarte powder. So for everything that I use on my face, trust and believe that there is a dupe for it. There's something out there that I recommend to use that's a little bit cheaper if you don't want to spend the extra money and get the more expensive one. But if you like Tarte, I'm always, or if you don't mind paying the $30 for it, I'm always going to suggest the powder. If you don't mind paying the $30, I'm always going to suggest that over the other two first, just for the simple reason that it does work well. I don't have any issues. I mean, and honestly, the price isn't bad. Like, you get, let's see exactly how much is in it, but you do get quite a bit of product for the amount of money. Because I mean, it lasts me. For the most part, I put my makeup on every day, and sometimes I'll only use this under my eyes. Like if I'm not really going anywhere and I'm just gonna be at home, I will just use this under my eyes so that I can conserve it a little bit. But I do use it to set most of my face. And let's see, 0.24 ounces in the Tarte and 0.30 ounces in the ColourPop. So the ColourPop does have just a little bit more. But this one comes with a little, not this applicator, but it comes with Don't judge me, it's dirty. It comes with this little under eye applicator that's perfect for right here. So there's that one. I think I'm actually going to use the Revolution powder for the rest of my face. It was not bad yesterday. And I mean, if you don't have oily or combination skin, you do not have to set your entire face like this. Or if, you know, you're just going out for a little bit. But I always set my face this way because my job, I would bartend and work, you know, overnight. And sometimes you get hot, you sweat, you know. Sometimes a beer keg explodes on you, whatever, and you just want to make sure that your makeup doesn't really budge. Some girls would come into work and, you know, they wouldn't really set and powder their face, and they'd be like, oh, you know, my makeup wears off, and I'm like, well, you're putting all this oil-based stuff on your face and then not setting it, or you're just spraying a setting spray, or you're not doing any skin prep, or, you know, whatever. And then you're wondering why 3 hours into your shift, your makeup is coming off of your face. And don't get me wrong, after, you know, an 8-hour shift of sweating, I would have, because you touch your face, you know, you get something on your face, you want to touch it. I would have right here around my nose, because I get this side of my nose runs really bad, and I would wipe, you know, so right here around, I'll get like a crease line, or, you know, up here I'll be touched and like wiping from sweating, and it'll come off a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected. You can touch those things up, but if your whole face is coming off in 6 to 8 hours, your prep is not good enough, or you're prepping something wrong. There's something missing, you know. And I don't say that to be rude. It just kind of matter of fact is what it is. So that's, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I still mess things up too, but that's one thing that I try, because you don't want to be at work, you know, and half the night you look fine, and then the other half of the night you look weird because your makeup's melting off your face or patchy or whatever, and you got people looking at you like, what the hell? And this is Morphe's brow pencil, microfine brow pencil something. It's a pretty good little product. I don't typically do like thick, crazy brows. I just kind of try and do like hair strokes. and fill in any weird spots or like bare spots or anything. Try and stay within the lines of my natural brow growth, because everybody can tell when you're trying to draw a completely different shape. Like, don't force your eyebrow shape to be something that it's not, unless you're doing microblading and you're keeping it cleaned up really good. That's you, whatever. But for the most part, you want to try and keep your eyebrow shape as close to its natural shape as possible, because it'll change the shape of your face. It can make you look not necessarily worse, but it can change the shape of your face and how the rest of your makeup looks if your brows are off. Like if I did these big gigantic blocky brows with the rest of my makeup, it would look weird. Or if I tried to just do like really small, like arched eyebrows, I would look fucking crazy. So just be mindful of that when you're doing your brows. Just try and stay with your natural brow as much as humanly possible. And this is just Maybelline Unstoppable. I just put this in my waterline, tight line, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll go in, and I think it's espresso. So it's like a dark brown kind of color. But already you can see it gives kind of a, I wouldn't say cat eye effect, but I don't know, it just looks better than just leaving it blank. And if you're like me and you have lashes on, or you have lash extensions, when you're done with all your powder and stuff, make sure you clean off your eyelashes. Don't just leave powder on them, because it makes them look crusty and dusty. And you don't want to put all that work into your makeup and then your eyelashes not look the best that they can, because you didn't want to take 10 seconds to take a baby wipe or a spoolie and clean them off. It really doesn't take that long. I think I am gonna fluff up the brows a little bit with this. This is NYX also. It's their thickening brow mascara. It's called Thick It, Stick It. I just take it and just kind of run it through. This brow over here is very patchy, so I do have issues with this one sometimes. Just because it's got like the little hair fibers in there. I know you can't really tell much on camera, but it does give it, I don't know, it's not so flat looking. It gives it more of a like, not, I wouldn't say bushy, but more of a like realistic, thicker look, instead of just like it's been drawn, filled in. I don't know, it just brings it together a little bit. Yeah, I don't think I really want to do eyeshadow today. I think today is just kind of a eyeliner and go day. Probably not a great idea to hold your eye like that at the corner either. I'm having trouble seeing. Magic trick, if you mess up your eyeliner, you can take a spoolie and just kind of, as long as it's not like too crazy. Well, if you like slip and you draw a line, you may have to go back and fix your makeup. But what else are we doing? Some lip gloss. I feel like that's kind of all we should do today. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of a liner and some lip oil. Yeah, I'm gonna use this Jeffree Star. I think this one is Celebrity Skin. Yeah, I love his products. I do need to sharpen this one, but it'll work for today. This is like the perfect nude for me. It's like damn near the same color as my lips. So I can just kind of son's in there calling our 110-pound pit bull. Oh, sweet baby. Sweet little tiny baby. And he is. He's the sweetest of babies. I think I'm just going to use this e.l.f. This one's called Jam Session. It's just a lip oil. They don't typically have a lot of color to them. This one's got a very slight tint, not enough to really notice a difference once it's kind of sheared out, but it's pretty though. I do like their lip oils. I mean, clearly I've got some more somewhere. I think I've got like 6 of them. I have one in my purse and 4 sitting up here. Actually, I think there's 2 in my purse. 1 in my car. So it is fair to say that I like them. Alrighty. And there she is. Well, let's go. My dog. Okay. Here's the finished product. Oh, God. So, fuck what anybody tells you. It is totally possible to look good even if you have bad skin. I don't give a fuck what your mom says. Sometimes more makeup is better. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't look good and you can't feel good with acne, because you can't. You couldn't look at me and tell that my face looked like it looked before. You wouldn't know. So, totally achievable, and it's achievable with drugstore products. So, sorry, he's sitting up there. It's achievable with drugstore products. It really is. And if there's anything else that you would like to see, maybe some eyeshadow looks, different kinds of foundation, maybe a more in-depth or like a full glam, just let me know. I'm down to try anything, whatever makes you guys happy. But if you have any questions, just ask away. I'll answer whatever I can, and if I can't answer it, I will try and figure it out for you. All right, thanks so much, guys. Happy makeup play.